everyone, and welcome to What's Wrong with Wrestling. I'm Andrew Pisano, and I am all alone. And I'll tell you why. You like lists, I like lists, we all like lists, so we're going to start doing some list videos on our YouTube channel. Yeah, we're going to do it. And we're going to start with my favorite Shawn Michaels matches of all time. Top 10 favorite Shawn Michaels matches of all time. Number 10, Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 14. This is an important match, mostly for Stone Cold though, because it's him winning his first WWF Championship, but it was still a great match overall. As a kid, I was very torn because I was in my early teens maybe at this point, and I was very torn because Shawn Michaels was my favorite, and then here comes Stone Cold, who's basically my new favorite. So I was very torn to see who would win this match, but in the end, of course I knew, everyone knew, Stone Cold was going over in this match. A stunner to Shawn. Mike Tyson with the fast count, causing some controversy. Who knows, maybe Shawn would have kicked out. Maybe he would have kicked out if it was a regular count. We don't know. I know he laid there for another like 20 seconds after the count, but I'm pretty sure he would have kicked out. Shawn would have kicked out. This guy right here, he would have kicked out. No wait, that was bad Shawn. Hold on. It was bad Shawn, but this is like way before he was WWF champion, so he would have kicked out for sure. Number 9, Shawn Michaels versus Chris Jericho, WrestleMania 19. This one was very special because Chris Jericho idolized Shawn Michaels when he was a kid, so he really capitalized on fighting Shawn Michaels for the first time at WrestleMania, and it was a great match. Chris Jericho did his own version of Sweet Chin Music to Shawn, and he actually connected, but Shawn kicked out. In the end, of course, Shawn Michaels put down Chris Jericho. After the match, they hugged or shook hands, and then Chris Jericho low-blowed Shawn. So he won the war, I guess, but Shawn Michaels won the match. Number 8, Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair at WrestleMania 24. I'm sorry, I love you. Kick to the face! Man, that was powerful. It took 3 super kicks to put down the great Ric Flair. I'm pretty sure Shawn actually kicked Ric Flair right in the face with that last super kick. I think Ric Flair was just like, you know what, screw it. It's going to be the last move I ever take. Just really kick me in the face. It's fine. It'll look so real. I'll be able to handle it. Ric Flair cried as he laid on his back as Shawn Michaels covered him. It was just a great match with a great moment. Ric Flair finally hit, he landed a top rope spot. It was a great match. Number 7, Shawn Michaels versus John Cena, Raw 2007 after WrestleMania 23. So this was actually a few weeks after WrestleMania 23. But their match at WrestleMania, it wasn't as good as this one on Raw, as we all know. The WrestleMania match was kind of weird. We never usually see Shawn Michaels beating down someone the whole match and then they come back. And then Shawn Michaels tapped. I don't like seeing Shawn Michaels tap. I don't like seeing him lose, frankly. So this match against Cena on Raw a few weeks after WrestleMania, it was awesome. They almost went 60 minutes. How awesome is that? It was one of Cena's best matches, probably top 3, in the top 3 of Cena's best matches. And it ended with a super kick, pin, 1, 2, 3. Shawn Michaels gets his WrestleMania revenge. And he doesn't win the title though. But what are you gonna do? Number 6, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, Part 2 at WrestleMania 26. I don't know if I can talk about this one. It was a great match, but it can't be in my top 5 because it retired Shawn Michaels. I was so oblivious, and I was such a mark for this. Anytime they say it's a retirement match, like 90% of the time, the guy retires. But of course, when they had the first match, I was so sure Taker was going to win. Then it was like, wait, they're going to have another one? 2 years in a row, the same match? Oh, Shawn Michaels has to win. Oh, his career's on the line? Shawn Michaels has to win. He has to win the match. I'm sure of it. In the end, though, they did have a great match. Shawn Michaels wouldn't stay down. Taker yells at him, stay down, stay down. Shawn Michaels gets up, gives him the throat cut, slaps Taker in the face. He picks him up one more time, tombstones him, and he ends the career of Shawn Michaels. Even worse, Michael Cole got to call that match. So that's more offensive than anything, really. Number 5, Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon, ladder match for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 10. So I was only 8 years old at the time of this match, so I really didn't get to appreciate it at the time because I was very young. It was only the second ladder match WWE ever did. They did everything with the ladder that you never thought that could be done before. And of course, Shawn Michaels loses, Razor Ramon wins both Intercontinental titles. It set the stage for ladder matches for years to come. Like the TLC one with, Edge and Christian, the Hardys, the Dudley Boys. But we're talking about Shawn Michaels, okay? That set the stage for those ladder matches to happen later on. So bravo. Number 4, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood, 1997. The first ever Hell in a Cell match. Shawn Michaels is pretty famous for doing the first ever matches. It was amazing. He just got destroyed by The Undertaker the whole match. And then just when you think Taker's about to win that title from Shawn, out comes the debut of Kane with Paul Bearer, ripping off that cell door, coming in, tombstoning his brother. Shawn Michaels retains. Blood, just completely covered in blood. It was great. Number 3, Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart, Iron Man match at WrestleMania 12 for the WWF Championship. So obviously, we know why this is special. A lot of reasons. First ever Iron Man match, 60 minutes, without a pin. Genius. The whole setup was, whoever has the most pins at the end of the 60 minutes, maybe we'll have 4 or 5 or who knows. But no, there were no pins, there were no submissions, no one had a score. It ends, we go to overtime. Gorilla Monsoon comes out, he's like, this match will continue until someone wins. Bret Hart thought it was over. I don't know why Bret Hart thought the match was over. It's clearly going to overtime. Come on. Have you ever seen any sporting event? What do you think this is? Soccer? We don't end in ties in wrestling. Come on. And Shawn Michaels won the WWF Championship for the first time. Sweet chin music, 1, 2, 3, and then he tells the ref to tell Bret to get the fuck out of the ring. Shawn was kind of a dick then. Number 2, Shawn Michaels versus Triple H, non-sanctioned match at SummerSlam 2002. The return of Shawn Michaels. Drug-free, alcohol-free, now he's focused, right? He wasn't originally planning on wrestling when he returned to WWE, as you remember. Kevin Nash reintroduced him as the newest member of the NWO! Out comes Shawn Michaels, basically saying he's never going to wrestle for the fans again. But boy, was he wrong. Kevin, ow, I tore my quad. Nash, ow, tore my quad. So they had to find a replacement. Shawn Michaels was willing to do it. We don't know how he's going to be. It was 4 years since his last match, but holy crap, he's still awesome, and maybe he's even better than ever. Elbow drop off the top of the ladder, and then, just to keep things fresh, he beat Triple H. It was with a roll-up, all right, but he beat him, showing that I can still hang. And then, that just starts one of the greatest feuds in the history of wrestling, Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. They go on to have many a match for the next few years. It was a great feud, and that started it all. And number 1, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, Part 1 at WrestleMania 25. All right, look, we all knew this was going to be number 1. By most people, it's regarded as the best match of all time, so how could it not be number 1? It's definitely my favorite match of all time. I don't even think anything comes close to this. I was at Buffalo Wild Wings watching WrestleMania that year, and the whole place was going crazy because we couldn't believe that Shawn Michaels kicked out of a tombstone. And then they zoomed in on Undertaker's face, and he's in complete shock. Shawn Michaels, he almost did it, but, of course, Undertaker's streak had to live on. So Brock Lesnar break the streak eventually. So that's my list. Top 10 favorite Shawn Michaels matches of all time. I hope you enjoyed this. This is our first attempt at this, so hopefully it was pretty good. Leave in the comments what you think your favorite Shawn Michaels matches are. What you disagree with me, that's fine. I'll just reply and give you some crap for disagreeing with me. It's fine, I'm a huge Shawn Michaels fan. You can't be a bigger Shawn Michaels fan than me, right? You can't. I'm Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels. So yeah, we'll see you guys for the next video. See you later.
I think you fit it all in.
Yeah, I always fit it in.
Oh.